This is one of the most shocking videos I've seen in a long time.
To build their cases, investigators scour social media.
There is no surveillance.
One of the things that's most disturbing about this is the tone.
How do people react when you take their phones from them?
They are shocked.
It's as though this is so innovative, and look how progressive this is.
So we are here with crimes of talking, posting on internet.
Crimes of talking. I can't believe I just heard that.
They say, no, that's my free speech. And we say, no, yeah, free speech as well, but it also has its limits.
You don't have free speech. If you have this, you do not have free speech.
German law prohibits any speech deemed insulting.
If it's illegal to hurt someone's feelings, you do not have free speech, period.
Is it a crime to insult somebody in public?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
And it's a crime to insult them online as well?
Yes.
The fine could be even higher.
Well, there's a lot that could be deemed insulting. Who gets to decide what is insulting?
If somebody posts something that's not true,
Who gets to decide truth?
and then somebody else reposts it or likes it, are they committing a crime?
Yeah, in the case of reposting, it is a crime as well.
Well, I bet the politicians love this. Imagine how much easier that would make it for a politician. Well, no one's allowed to insult me. Well, what's an insult? If it hurts my feelings, how could that go wrong?
How do people react when you take their phones from them?
They are shocked.
Look at the glee on their faces when they're talking about this. Yeah, they're just shocked, and their whole life is on their iPhone, so it's especially painful when we can confiscate that.
It's a kind of punishment if you lose your smartphone. It's even worse than the fine you have to pay.
Because your whole life is typically on your phone now.
They're excited by the idea that they can have such an impact on someone's life.
3,750 euros.
Wow.
It's not a parking ticket.
Yeah, not a parking ticket.
To build their cases, investigators scour social media and use public and government data.
When you make that someone's job, it is in their interest to take it as far as they can.
So the task force employs special software investigators to help unmask anonymous users.
That department has every incentive to keep business a-booming.
The 2021 case involving a local politician, Grote complained about a tweet that called him a Pimmel, a German word for the male anatomy.
That is the equivalent of calling someone a dick. If you call a politician a dick, you're getting fined. You do that repeatedly, you're going to prison.
That triggered a police raid. It's okay to debate politics online, but it can be a crime to call anyone a Pimmel, even a politician.
What if you insult Donald Trump? Donald Trump's a dick. Well, that should be enough under these laws. You're now fined. Repeat offender, you're now going to jail. So are you sure you want to play this game?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Comments like, you're a son of a bitch, excuse me for using, but these words has nothing to do with political discussions or a contribution to a discussion.
You know, this feels like the surveillance that Germany conducted 80 years ago. How do you respond to that?
There is no surveillance.
There's no surveillance. Just a moment ago, we were talking about how they're bringing an entire task force of specialist software developers to conduct surveillance.
There is no surveillance. Free speech needs boundaries. Without boundaries, a very small group of people can rely on endless freedom to say anything that they want, while everyone else is scared and intimidated.
Do you not think that this is what is scaring and intimidating the masses? So let me get this straight. So in order to protect the masses from a very small number of very annoying, loud, eccentric, noisy people, you therefore police the masses.
Already half of the internet users in Germany are afraid to express their political opinion, and they rarely participate in public debates online anymore. Half of the internet users.
Why would you participate in the debate if there's a potential you're going to get fined and imprisoned?
She began receiving threats and hate-filled comments from anonymous users online.
First point was, it was much more personal. You are looking so ugly. You are an old woman.
But you are old, and you are, in fact, a woman. Those are two factually accurate statements.
Kunost asked Meta to delete all the false quotes attributed to her worldwide.
And they were astonished. What? We cannot do it. They said, just by software, the software is not able to deal with all this, and we have to get a lot of new employees. And I said, yes, it's my personal right, it's my my reputation.
Yes, spend the money, hire an entire new department, bring them in, and take care of my reputation from across the entire internet. I don't care how many people or how much money it costs, because I'm a politician. How could this possibly go wrong? The amount of money that this is going to cost, the amount of manpower, and look at the gear and the weaponry being carried.
In case of public servants, which have public offices and jobs, it's public interest that their personal rights are protected, because otherwise no one would go for these jobs. You know, that would harm democracy.
Harm democracy, yes. So for the greater good, in order to protect democracy, where have you heard that before? You are not allowed to now critique politicians because otherwise no one would want to be a politician. And what about when the mainstream media or anyone attacks Donald Trump claiming he's a Nazi and a threat to democracy? Can you prove that that is true? Many would say that is not true. Should those people be arrested?
After all this, are you seeing less hateful comments now on your social media feeds?
Yes, there are less.
Well, of course they are. You're arresting people. You're finding them.
Last year, the European Union implemented a new law that requires social media companies to stop the spread of harmful content online in Europe or face millions of dollars in fines.
Elon should resist this. This is worth resisting. This is what Jordan Peterson was warning about.
In order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive.
What happens when it is taken too far? The pendulum has swung way too far in the other direction too quickly.
The European Commission is currently investigating whether Elon Musk's social media company X has breached the EU digital content law.
Launching all these investigations, you're finding people, sometimes putting them in jail. Does it make a difference if it's a World Wide Web and there's a lot of hate out there?
I would say yes, because what's the option? The option is to say we don't do anything? No, we are prosecutors.
The problem is the potential for this to be wielded as a weapon. This is going to have an impact on the ability to strive for truth, because in the pursuit of truth, you're going to have to wade through things that are not quite there, not quite accurate. There is no free debate. As long as someone gets to decide what is true, rather than the debate itself,